Nation? Main Event TV, a.k.a. Me TV, a.k.a. it wasn't that great of a week for sports this weekend, guys. I'm just saying, it wasn't. It was full of disappointments. I mean, there was trades everywhere that made no sense. There was just draws all over the place, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't mean draws like that all over the place, but draws all over the place. All right, we might as well get started, because we're going to start with the draw today. All right, we're going to start on first, all right, before we go any further. For anyone who saw Sunday morning, Manchester City versus Fulham, let me tell you something, all right? The game ended up in a draw, 1-1, all right? They gave them the extended time and everything to play. The problem with it, now look, I don't have a problem with the game being a draw as much, but guys, since maybe one of you soccer or football fans, maybe you guys can explain to me why Fulham always falls. They're just flopping out the ass. And every time they flop, and this is like near the end of the second half, all right? Because they controlled the ball a lot until Manchester City decided, you know, like 10 minutes left, hey, we just want to take over, all right? But anyway you see it, Fulham just kept falling all over the place. And every time a guy fell, this is what they did, the whole team. Like, come on, are you serious? The guy wasn't even hurt. The guy took a tumble, and Manchester City never said anything. I think there's one time maybe they all got upset, but that was it. That was it. The one guy from Fulham falls, and then he kicks the player in the chest afterwards. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, it was crazy. And another, speaking of draw, UFC 127, man. All right, I'm sorry, but no. Penn versus Fitch, you don't put that in the draw. No matter how you feel about whatever fighter or who you thought may win, the judges got this wrong. All right, they got it wrong. They have to award to somebody. Seriously, they're not out there beating the hell out of each other, you know, just for them to bring it to a draw. Now, don't get me wrong. All right, I know, like everyone else says in fighting, you never leave the fight up to the judges. Finish yourself. You know, you can look at Bisping about that, and I'm gonna talk about that for a minute. But you never leave it up to the judges, because you never know what they're gonna say. But I'm sorry, they have to declare a winner somewhere, so it looks like we'll be getting another one of those, all right? We'll be getting another one. Now, Bisping knocks out his guy, all right? TKO, knocked the guy out. I don't have a problem with that. But the big story that's come out since that, next UFC, apparently, against Bisping, Vito Belfort, is lobbying, he's campaigning to fight Bisping. So that should be a good fight. All right, so y'all just get ready for that. I don't know, I'm just getting real tired of seeing these guys go out there and beat the hell out of each other, and then these judges who are just sitting there give them a draw. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, but anyways, let's move on. NBA, man, let me say, first off, before I even get started, let me say thank you to the guys on the Facebook page, because last night you guys made that hell fun. Y'all made it fun, all right? But let's move on, all right? NBA, as we know, Kobe Bryant and them, that's what I call them. I don't even call them the Lakers at this point. Kobe Bryant and them, because the rest of those dudes really ain't playing, all right? And Gasol's soft. I'm sorry, but he's soft. He is, all right? But they beat the Thunder, and then the Thunder have a chance at the end to come back. Two players, Harden and Durant, have a chance to make a game-winning shot. Both of them missed, all right? And we're going to talk about that soon. But let's get into the big game of the week. And you know what I'm talking about, because we just saw it last night. Miami Heat versus New York Knicks. Look, that had to be the funniest thing I've seen. And what did I tell y'all about the slam dunk contest last week, about the product placement? We saw the commercial during the game, the Blake Griffin Kia commercial. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And y'all like, I'm not gonna knock it. But y'all know what it is. It is what it is, all right? But the fact is, guys, man, Miami Heat, the game, I'll put it like this, before I even get started, the game, both teams gave us what we wanted, all right? It was pretty much a playoff atmosphere, and you got a good game by both solid teams. Now, a lot of you guys, all right, you were jumping on LeBron pretty hard last night, and I understand, all right, because there was times, like I said before, and you guys understand, you guys have said it too, you know, you take what the defense gives you. I understand that completely. Understand it, all right, because that's how basketball's played. But let's get something straight. There's tons of times we've seen LeBron where there would be a guy on the wing, especially in the first half, he wouldn't even kick it out, and he would take the double team and try to go to the rack with it. And it's like, why would you do that? The guy's on the wing wide open. You know what I mean? But that's LeBron. And I know a lot of you guys are saying right now, you know, he's trying to take the game over, he's trying to take the team over, and you're right, he is, all right? But you know what? There's a good and bad to that, because first off, it's not LeBron's team, all right? It's D-Wade's team. I didn't see D-Wade show up. What happened? ESPN before the game, we talked about this before the game. ESPN said LeBron's going to go off, D-Wade has to have 40-plus points, and he'd have to score 126 points to win the game. They were all off. All of them. All right? But the fact is, guys, Wade barely showed up in the second half. LeBron just took the game over, and I understand, stars want the ball. People who want to win, they want the ball, they want to take the game over. But LeBron didn't have to. Especially, that's the whole point of having that big three, right? So that even though any of them can take over the game at any given time, you can still spread that ball and have that threat. That's the whole point of it. All right? Now, Melo and him, Melo had a very quiet, unless you were watching the way we were discussing Melo. If you weren't discussing Melo, he had a very quiet 29 points. But you know what? It's not about his points. It's about his defense. Because he locked LeBron down really good. He was really nice last night. There was a couple times he blocked him, he stripped him. Chauncey Billups decided to show up in the end. And we talked about in the beginning, what did I say? Oh, well, he's jacking up all these threes in the beginning of the game and during the game, and he's not making any. And he finally makes one when it counted. And they're like, oh, Mr. Big Shot, whatever. Yeah, he made it when it counted. And then he stripped the ball from LeBron again afterwards. So, as you see, and a lot of people now, look, Spike Lee... Spike Lee is going off in the corner because of some of the calls. We talked about the reffing. All right, we all know, yeah, it's all bullshit. We know. But also, let's get to this real quick because you know what? I don't understand the hate for LeBron in Miami. Now, I'm not saying from opposing teams, but like last night, LeBron at the free throw line near the end of the game was getting booed. Now, it wasn't just, I understand there was a good amount of Knicks fans there as well, but it wasn't just Knicks fans. It was Miami fans as well. So people from Miami, what's going on out there? Seriously, I want to know. Because it doesn't make any sense. And once again, LeBron has a chance to finish the game, and he can't close it out. Now, that's what I want to talk about, because what's going on in this new generation that star players can't close out games anymore? What's going on? Is it not there for them? They don't have a killer instinct? What is it? I want to know, what do you guys think? Because the critics have come out and said now, today, that Kobe Bryant is no longer a closeout player. I don't believe that at all. But that's what the critics are saying. So, if he's not a closeout player, who's the next best closeout player in this generation? I leave it up to you guys. Because I don't see anyone. Durant has had so many chances to finish a game. You know what I mean? And he hasn't. Fry actually made a game-winning shot for Phoenix the other day, but hey, you don't really hear much about him. I haven't seen that many closeout players or game-winning shots this season. So, like I said, this generation, all these stars, but I don't see it. I really don't. All right, but also, I want to get on this real quick. Philadelphia 76ers. For those who don't know, we are one game over 500. It took us, 59, 60 games? One game over 500. And they've been celebrating since, Wednesday? Because when we hit the 500 mark, confetti and everything, they're just going nuts. All right? I understand that we haven't been a 500 team since 2005. Yeah, 2005. So I understand we're still celebrating mediocrity. We are. I don't understand that at all. All right? But it's just funny to see. As you see, I'm back in my Sixers. But realize that this team still isn't ready. Doug Collins has them playing, and people say, oh, well, they need the motivation. I thought the money was the motivation. It's not the competition anymore, so what is it? Seriously, these guys, I don't understand. I really don't. And like I said, I'll back my team, but even I know this is it's a joke. It's a joke. And I understand that, yeah, they've beaten some high-caliber teams. Not many, because most of them they're playing are under 500 teams. Remember this. Yeah, we beat San Antonio. Yeah, we beat this, that, and third. Can you see us going into a 7-game series, a 5-game series, a 7-game series, whatever game series, against any of those big-time guys? Seriously. We were a half a game behind the Knicks before the Knicks won last night. So we're right there. New York, we're right there with you, all right? You got Melo and all, and you know what? Since you guys got Melo, and congratulations, you guys got Melo, all right? But remember this. Remember this. I don't want to hear any more New York fans. I don't want to hear anything about Cliff Lee anymore. Anything. Y'all say, oh, he left. He didn't want to go to the Yankees. He didn't want to do this because he wanted to go to Philly, and it's unfair. Melo wanted to come to New York, all right? He purposely stayed away from other teams to come to New York. That's where he wanted to go. So you think there's no more complaining, or it's going to look like hypocrisy. It really is. All right, guys? So come on, New York. Come on. Let's just get that out the way. But congratulations, y'all got Melo. That's no problem with that. I have no problems with that. All right? So anyways, guys, before I get started, once more, like I said, Sixers, just Evan Turner, please. Oh, for those who don't know, Sixers City. It's a new show that's coming on CSN. Last week, they talked about Evan Turner with Doug Collins. Doug Collins said that Evan Turner's having shooting problems. The way he's holding the ball with his hand. Apparently, he's holding it too high. In the offseason, they're going to send him down Yes, down to the college level. They're going to have him work with college level coaches on his jump shot. So they're going to hold him all season for this. If he was as good as he was supposed to be now, I'm telling you now, Iguodala would have been traded. He would have been traded a long time ago, but the kid isn't showing any improvement. He's just not. All right? But so they're going to send him back down. So pretty much they're going to keep him on the payroll and keep giving him checks to practice on a college level. I had said before, send his ass to the D-League. But whatever. All right? That's how the front office is rolling right now. I'm just saying. All right? Anyways, guys, let's move on real quick. Hockey. Now, I had said to you guys before that I was going to do a hockey special, but I'm going to just add into this one real quick. How much time? I'm on 10 minutes. I'm good. Anyways, I'm going to add it on to this. For those who don't know, before I get started, yeah, the Guardian Project, I'm just saying, show support to it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. If you like comics and you like hockey, look at this. Look at that. The lightning. Look, this is a badass book. It's pretty good. All right? So I say support the Guardian Project. You guys know on the show that I love hockey. I love it. All right? As a kid growing up, like I said, I played it, and that's what we'll talk about today because I've been seeing a lot of things going on as of late. When I started doing hockey videos, I always had to hear, you know, why is a black person like hockey? He should stay away from hockey. He should play monkey basketball, this, that, and the third. All right, that's what they would say in the comments when I would do my old hockey videos. And then I keep telling those guys, what they're saying, I've heard it before. Like I said, when you played hockey as a kid, you always had to hear from both sides, not just one. You heard from the white side saying, you know, black people aren't supposed to be playing hockey. And then you heard from the black side saying, no, the white side's right. Black people aren't supposed to be playing hockey. You know what I mean? So you were stuck in the middle pretty much by yourself, you know? You had to stand on your own, too. This is what I'm telling you. You had to stay on your own, too. Even and mind you, you're a kid at the time, and you're hearing both of these things. And it's not just from other kids. No, we're talking parents as well, adults. Yeah. So, but that's what I want to talk about today. Like I said last week, there was a hockey day in America, and they ran a special about African Americans playing hockey and doing good things and positive reinforcement, I should say, with hockey. And I'm going to leave you guys out on this note. I don't know if the recording's low or not. Just turn it up if you can't hear it. But check this out. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.
Single parent families, indigent type living conditions. People who really can't afford to have their children participate financially in a program like this, because if they could pay, they would end up not having food. When they first come into the organization, I said, when that child hits that door, he belongs to me.
What's all that extra noise over here?
And he leaves out of that door, he belongs to you.
They come stumbling and falling and they're sliding all across the ice, but when they leave, they're standing up, they're stick handling, they're shooting.
One of the things that I always say, you never know who's watching.
During our meetings, he talks about hard work, how we did in the practice.
You did some good plays out there tonight, man.
I think it does make me a better student in school because a lot of times he tells you if you're not doing good in school, you can't play.
In a sense, it keeps people out of trouble, but at the same time, it's just a fun place to be.
If you can play ice hockey, you can do anything. How can reading a book be so hard?
Did you get a good mark on it? Yes. That's what I want to hear.
I understand we've got some of those young players from Washington, D.C. and Pittsburgh here with us. Go ahead and wave, guys.
I feel like I'm the best boy in the world because I've been doing all this stuff and I'm only 11.
We teach hockey, but we also want to have kids to be good citizens.
95% graduation rate. I have to go to college. 95%.
They don't listen to anyone else's voice, but they'll come and listen to Coach Neil Henderson's voice.
I want to go to Princeton.
My plans are to ultimately become a writer and a reporter.
It is more than just about hockey. Hockey is really a tool.
It is the one thing you're going to do is follow my word.
I don't know anything about the future, but I hope it's going to be good.